Hello everybody out there in Flosstube land. It's Amber Rogue Mama Stitcher. It is Flosstube 38. It is Tuesday, May 9th, 2023. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've gotten some good stitching time in, and I hope you're having beautiful weather wherever you're at. We here in Utah are having spring weather finally, so that's really nice. I've been doing a lot of spring stitching. I have one finish, I have a start, I have some whips, and a little bit of haul to show you. And I will try not to say but I can't guarantee it. I probably will a lot. So my finish is Kitty and the Kidney Bean by Soda Stitch. And this is on the Soda Stitch Design shop, or in the Soda Stitch Design shop on Etsy. And it is just so cute. And I originally started this, I think it's in February, I believe in February, with as a SAL with Cross Stitch Bunny Lauren, and she already finished hers, and I'm just so happy to get this one finished. I've been wanting to stitch it for a very long time, and I just love it, especially the little yarn balls. They are beautiful, and most of this is called for DMC. There might be a couple CXCs in there. I love how the green glows. It's very close to the edge. That was not intentional. I trimmed some of the top off, but there was even more up here. But this is was stitched on a scrap piece of 28 count linen. I just thought it was perfect, and I just should have done a better job measuring before I got started. I was pretty excited to get started because I really wanted to join Lauren in her first Soda Stitch. So I've put the interface on the back. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it yet. I've been considering framing it and just putting it on my wall in here. I've also I asked for suggestions on how I should finish it. Someone said, a yarn carrier, like a yarn bag. I thought that was a great idea. So, but I don't knit and I don't crochet, so it'd have to be a present for somebody else. And I don't know, like, I'm guessing there's some sort of a yarn or like a crochet knitting community like way of making their project bags, their carriers for their yarn. So I don't want to like give that to one of my creations that isn't, not as good as someone who's very polished and practiced at making those, and then I'm going, thanks for that. so we'll see, but I love it. Yeah, so I've told you guys I have a little bit of a I do have an allergy to dust. And I've been kind of boycotting a little bit my local Joann's, because they're hit and miss sort of with customer service. So yeah, and then their floss prices have gone up. So I've been, I started looking around for other places in town, and like we have like a hardware store that sells floss on a carousel, and I went in there, and I don't think that they clean, like they don't dust it. And I asked, I said, these are expensive, like they were $1, and they're more expensive than Joann's. And so the next day, because I told an employee that, the next day they were on sale for like they just literally changed the price to like 53 cents. So I thought that was really nice, because Joann's was already up to almost 70 cents back then when that happened. And so I came back and I just bought a ton of them. But man, when I was stitching with them, I was getting allergies. Like, it was that bad. So I've had to wash every single skein that I've gotten from there. And also my husband looked up, because like sometimes washing wasn't doing the trick. But my husband looked it up that like you can freeze things that have dust or dust mites on them, and that also will help. So it's kind of gross, but at the same time, like they were 50 cents. So, anyway, so this actually, I had started stitching with some of that floss that I had washed, but that I hadn't frozen yet, because the freezing really actually made a huge difference after washing. So, so yeah, that was one reason I think I kept putting this down. Like I couldn't keep going on it for a long time. Yeah, and so that was kind of, yeah. Anyways, so my piece is all washed. It's, steam ironed, everything. I know a lot of people don't wash or iron their pieces, but I've been doing it for about 30 years, and I normally have not had any issues. I think I only had an issue maybe like twice, and then all you have to do is like soak it, once, if there's like a little bit of bleeding. I think I had an issue with 740 a long time ago, DMC 740, and then like a random red and like a Christmas stocking one time, but then that was, easily fixed as well. So, it's pretty infrequent. Okay, and then my new start is a Northumberland sampler house, like basically an original, antique sampler that I've told you all about before, and it's been charted, restored by Anita Jeffries over at Northumberland Sampler House, who does that for the British government, and then she charts them. And so this is the one I started, Lizzie Petty, 1874, reproduction antique sampler. And this is only like some of it, just like a little picture of the restored piece, the original. And she asked me to model stitch it, for it to be like the reproduction of the original. So I have started that. I've started model stitching, and she sent me the kit, and that's my start. Oh, and these colors are absolutely scrumptious. I love them. They're beautiful. And this fabric is a 36 count vanilla linen, and this is hand dyed by Anita. And just Northumberland Sampler House. It's on Etsy, and she has accessories that she sells with her different reproductions that she's charted. So I have not, there's just so few colors in this that I actually haven't bobbinated them. I don't know if I will with this particular sampler. We'll see. I might. Sorry, it's a little bit of a mess, but here's the colors. Aren't they beautiful? I especially love the 3813, how it stands out with the reds and the pinks. But I love them with the browns, and even, kind of that lighter, I think it's like a beige. Maybe it's also just a kind of a vanilla color. But the 739. Love it. So yeah, and this, I'm just stitching 2/2 on this 36 count, and it is really pretty wonderful, divine, really, to stitch on that. But I am trying to finish up Lizzie's sister's sampler first, which I was already doing, Marjorie Petty, 1870. It's a Scottish sampler. And so I will start to show you my whips. So this is what it'll look like. So yeah. And I am stitching mine on a 28 count light biscuit linen by Northumberland Sampler House. Just beautiful. So last time I showed you on Flosstube, I'd gotten to about there. And so I've done these 2 rows. And there's these rows of back stitching that I just adore. I love them. These rows of back stitching right here, and here. I just really enjoyed that. And yeah, all the initials that I'm stitching here were really quite quick and enjoyable, you know, just on a leisurely Sunday afternoon. And this is fun. This is kind of just, you know, quick, kind of just little, I guess you'd call it maybe a geometric, you know, pattern, like a repetitive pattern. But yeah, so then next I will be working on the fun part, the animals and the plants and the house, and then the little girl's name after that, obviously. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I don't know what the animals are. I think people are gonna have to help me. Maybe I'll just ask Anita, but some of these I'm like, what is this? Is it a chicken? Turkey? So I don't know. My kitty's whining about wanting to get out now. Let's see what else. I stitch a tiny bit. Maybe it's not even worth showing, but I'm gonna show you anyways. I stitched a tiny bit on my golden fairy pigs by Soda Stitch. Pardon the hoop marks. So there's the next golden fairy pig in development. It's the one that's sleeping on the flower. Bernadette is doing this sal with me. She names her golden fairy pigs, and it's so funny because I was naming them with my son. And so we've named this one William Pleasant Pig, and that's actually like a real person's name from, I think it was like the 1800s we found. And then this one we named, I think he's just Albert. And then this one, I don't know what we're gonna name him, but so cute. Or Elmer, I'm not sure. Albert or Elmer, I think he was Albert. But there was definitely an Elmer in that family that we found with the last name Pig. And their last name was spelled with 2 G's, so fun stuff. And this was, oh, and in my rambling, this is a hand dyed by Rolanda, 32 count. Is it Joblin or is it, oh, it's Lagana, opalescent Lagana. So 32 count, opalescent Lagana, gorgeous, hand dyed by Rolanda. Absolutely love this fabric. And I'm stitching 2/2 on this one. So yes, well, it's that one. Oh, and the finished piece will have 5 golden fairy pigs on it, and that's the one that I'm working on right now. I was just stitching about right there. So love this guy, his little pleased look on his face, and this one's so demure. So I love them. They're gonna look amazing on that fabric. And Bernadette is humming right along. I believe she finished this sleeping cute little guy already. And yeah, so exciting. And she is burn stitches on Flosstube. And just, I think also on Instagram, burn stitches, yeah. Okay, and then I worked on my Ragnarok a little bit. Oh, always. You always gotta make sure you've got your board. Okay. There we go. So hope is the la. That's how far I got. I was gonna try to do last, but didn't make it that far. You know, just basically last time I was at the, I believe, and then I've done this here, some more border, and then this part right here. So yeah, there you have it. It's just gorgeous. Incorporating more of the slasher surprise up here, and going to use Royal Blood mostly from Norgrove Enterprises on Etsy. So they've been amazing, as I've been saying, with just accommodating me as I've had to buy a lot of floss for my long dog sampler. And this is what it'll look like. So yeah, I'm almost done with the first page, and I'm going into the second page this way, you know, before I'm even really done with the first page. I think the first page is done about right there. So yeah, so I haven't like quite made it down to right there. So, but that's okay. That's, you know, kind of the battle of the OCD esque type of brain, where, you know, which you know, evenness or, you know, completion do you want more? So, you know, the first page or to finish the phrase, and I think mine's gonna be finish the phrase. So anyway, so awesome sampler. So there's that. And I worked a little bit on, and that was 18 count Black Ada and stitch 2/1. And I always forget that. I apologize. Oh, I haven't taken some of these out of their hoops. Hope you guys can forgive me. That's my magnet dropping. Okay. There we go. Pick up time later. Okay. I'm a mess. I should have paused. Okay. Alright. So Hansel and Gretel by Soda Stitch. So that's how far I've gotten. I've started working on the upper left card that will have donuts in it. I'll show you, and this is a 32 count Swagart linen, and the name of the color is Summer Khaki. And I finished this title piece a few days ago, like last week. I just love it. So pretty. Love the little gingerbread man. I love the orange and yellow candy. And I did make, I know I love those strawberries too. Those are really cute. And I love the light pink hearts. So I did make a mistake, and it was, let's see. And it actually kind of, I mean, it's going to be, you know, benign. It's not going to mess up anything in the pattern. So it's actually the little, you know, spheres under the gingerbread man. The yellow is just one off to the right, but it actually gives Gretel's name more room, and I like that. I like that her name has more room. I think it looks good. So yeah. So, and I love the heart on the card. I think it looks awesome. So, you know, and I love filling in after I've kind of made the skeleton of the, you know, motif or the piece. I love to fill in, you know, it's like the thinking first and then kind of the brainless filling in next. As long, I mean, it normally doesn't get too boring, so yeah. So, and I know it's always going to be worth it with Soda Stitch. Yeah, and then I don't know if I already said, but stitching 2/2 on this. Yeah. So there you have it. But yeah, so I was, I had it in a Q-snap at first, and I was, it was very nice to be able to just, you know, stitch over on the right in that Q-snap, because I can hold it with my left arm, you know, maybe like rest my arm on something, and then I can stitch over here, you know, with my right. But when I needed to move up on the left, I, you know, that would be like too much to like move my right hand up here while I'm holding it with my left arm. So I just went to the hoop, and, you know, I'll probably just do that on the left side. And then for anything more on the, maybe on the bottom sort of middle, right, I'm probably gonna put it back in the Q-snap and, you know, go that route again. So it's just, you know, about comfort and positioning that really matters for me. I'm sure for pretty much everybody. But let's see, and then the all right. So this is the finished example of Cards of Hansel and Gretel, and so I just the card I'm working on right now is this card. So I asked Tattooed Stitcher Jordan's advice on what I should do, if I should do any kind of purple or lavender in there, since I have changed, you know, my piece to, you know, with adding the purple and, you know, up here in the awnings instead of the yellow, and then in the lollipop there. And so I'm thinking possibly making this frosting purple. You know, great suggestion from Jordan. So, but we'll see. I think it'll look good, but I don't know. I mean, some things are meant to stand out maybe, and some things are meant to kind of be a little more subtle. So I don't know. Anyways, these I'm excited to get to. Gretel, she's adorable. Love her little bucket of water. So yeah, love it. Oh, and so Jordan is she's stitching the Cards of Alice in Wonderland, and hers is looking fantastic. And our Sal is called Cards of Hansel and Gretel, or sorry, Cards of Soda Sal. Yeah, it's one of those days so far. And I believe this is my last whip to show you. And it is the Welcome Spring Sampler. There we go. Yeah, really cute. So I just got finished with the sheep at the bottom, and the butterflies and the little banner. So I just need to do some black back stitching in between those, and just need to do the border. And the border is really, really pretty. So I'm looking forward to that big time. So, and I'm stitching this 2/1 on 18 count black Aida. So what else would you do on black Aida, right? Or on 18 count, you know? I didn't mean on black Aida. So the border is really sweet. It's like DMC 210, and it's got those little sweet flowers on each corner. So very simple, very fast. And so I should be done today. Yeah. So I used mostly called for DMC on this one, which I normally do on anything that's requiring DMC. But I do substitute CXC sometimes if I'm out of a color. So, or if it's just being used in a different project and I don't want to go dig it out. So, all right. And I think that's it for my whips. So for haul, I got something I am super excited about. This Cosmic Mermaid by The Primitive Hair. And my printer doesn't, you know, really print true to color on everything. So this fabric is incredible that is stitched on. And it's a 30 count fabric. And it's coming from Italy. So it's going to be a little while before I see it. And there's a bead pack that I'm getting that goes with it. So pretty exciting. So this is a terrible example, but I'm so excited to do it whenever I get it. But really fast before I show you the rest of my haul, I do have like about 37 whips right now, and I'm trying to whittle them down below 30 before I add anything else. So we'll see what happens, but my focus pieces to finish are supposed to be the kind of the smaller ones. So Welcome Spring Sampler is almost done. Then next I was going to try to finish Death Metal, and then I was going to try to finish Vadianoi, the Water Spirit by Al Forest Embroidery. And shh, my cat, Pearl. She wants to come in, but she doesn't like the door closed. And yeah, so those are the three, right? Welcome Spring Sampler, Death Metal, Vadianoi. Those were the smaller ones. So I'm hoping to get those out of the way, but then I have to pick like 5 more to get down to 29. So we'll see, you know, what kind of like where I'm led, where I'm feeling like stitching. All right. I just showed you my haul, my first piece of haul. And my next piece of haul was a whole set of the DMC colors that are called the AMO color. Oh. And I kind of put them more like together with light colors. So I got these off of AliExpress. So it's 447 of 447 skeins and the DMC colors. So full set, and I got it for $65, a little over $65, and it shipped really fast. So that was nice. I have not tried these out yet. I'm going to stitch my first soda sal that Jordan, Bernadette, and I are hosting. I'm going to use my AMO colors for the first time on the Soda Girl, the Soda's Dream Girl slash on Soda Stitch Design Shop on Etsy. It's Clean Day is what it's called. So anyway, so yeah, I'm excited to use the AMO. And they are on AliExpress, and just make sure that they are that the item description says they are 100% Egyptian cotton, and that is the indicator that those are the AMO. And then they sent me a few extra of some brand called Axia. So don't know yet. We'll see. And I just had to go searching for my notes. Okay. So so I'm pretty excited. We're pretty excited to get started with our Soda Stitch Sal that we're doing specifically for stitchers who have been curious about stitching a soda, and they just didn't know where to start, maybe, and maybe wanted someone to sal it with. And then there's like not a lot of people maybe stitching soda right now. I'm not sure, but there seems like a lot of people have seen it. They just haven't started one yet. So the sal that we're doing is yeah, for them. And you know, and everybody can join. Like, even if you've started your own soda or finished your own soda, maybe if you've finished several, you can participate. That would be awesome. And it would be really, really great if we all kind of try to you know, if you're already like experienced soda stitchers, then to, you know, grab onto this one and start stitching this one with us starting May 27th. That would be wonderful. So so Soda Girl's Dream, rather. I think I messed up the title earlier. Soda Girl's Dream. It's the chart name, which most people are going to get it on Soda Stitch Design Shop on Etsy, and that is called Clean Day. All right, so super, super cute. And one of the ladies, one of the stitchers that's gonna stitch with us, she is going to change this bandana to a lilac color. So because she's gonna be stitching you know, on pink, like a pinker type of a fabric, so she wants it to pop, and so she's using a different color other than pink, and it'd be really easy to substitute colors out. So yeah. But so here are my AMO colors that I'm going to use. So DMC color, but AMO brand. Okay, so there you have it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to remind everybody that's joining us about. But so I appreciate any, you know, everybody who's announcing it, that, you know, they're going to participate, or letting us know, because then it gives us an idea of, like, you know, what to expect and how excited people are about it. So I know for sure Samantha Huga Stitcher mentioned on her own episode, her last episode, that she was going to participate, and showed her hashtag. So thank you so much, Samantha, for doing that. Super excited to have you joining us on board. So yeah, that's okay. So super excited to have you all on board, the ones, you know, the stitchers who have told us that you're going to participate. But yeah, so I think maybe Amanda, Lucky Chance Stitcher, possibly is considering it. So I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but we've had a lot of people say that they're curious and they're interested. So, you know, welcome aboard, and, you know, just do it. If you consider it, just do it. It's a small one, should be fast, should be fun, and should be a lot of participation. So, and then another sal that I am super, super excited about is the Owl Forest Embroidery Treasure Island sal. Oh my goodness, like, I couldn't even ask for something more perfect. I love pirate themed things. I love the ocean, the sea, that kind of stuff. You know, especially kind of like older, you know, themed things. You know, kind of like relating to classic literature. That's amazing. So yeah, I've already ordered my flosses. I ordered a different fabric than the, you know, the one that Owl Forest Embroidery was selling. I ordered a Weeks Dye Works. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Light Mocha, maybe. No, or Mocha. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I'll show you when I get it. yeah, so, and that one I'm not going to get my floss on time by May 12th to start, so I'll just have to catch up. But yeah, so, you know, get on board. It's going to be a free chart. So, you know, and I think you could probably, if you're, you know, good at substituting, you could probably just substitute some other variegated floss and get an idea of what the floss's, you know, colors are like just by looking on Al Forest Embroidery's website, probably. You know, but I, you know, with the Al Forest Embroidery kit that I've done, you know, I'm not really confident in replacing colors myself, substituting colors. So I was really pleased with the colors, with the floss quality and all that with Al Forest Embroidery. It's like the Vadianoi. That was great. So yeah, I just, and plus the chart being free, it just kind of thought that's okay. It like evens out. But yeah, and I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss things. You know, losing my notes earlier didn't help. Okay. So I wanted to do shout outs, and I actually did take notes on shout outs. So we have a new floss tuber named Rachel, and she is Talking Dog Stitcher, and she mentioned me because of Soda Stitch, I believe. So Rachel is you know, she seems like a very lovely person, number one, and she's been stitching a long time, I believe, and she does a great job. I love her taste. Yeah, and it's just very nice getting to know her. Her first few floss tubes, I think she's done 4 at this point. So, and so she's under the 1,000. So I believe Rachel is quickly approaching 1,000, but I believe in 1,000 subs club right now. So go check her out, give her a follow, a sub, and, you know, let her know that you're a new subscriber. And yeah, so then, and I believe Rachel's also joining us on my first soda cell. And then let's see, and then there is another new floss tuber named Jill, and her floss tube name is Good Idea. And both of the stitchers are also on Instagram. Okay, and you know, Jill is also a very experienced stitcher, and she does a variety of stitching, and, you know, does you know, she's prolific. She does a great job, and yeah, like I, you know, really enjoyed watching her, and you know, also seems like a lovely person. And normally when I shout people out, I actually could, you know, imagine maybe like hanging out for a bit, like being friends, maybe, like it just, normally, I mean, I will like a person if I shout them out. So yeah, so then Violet Stitcher is another one. Anita is her name, and oh my goodness, this lady does full coverage, loves dragons, and she has been doing the dragons on pancakes with me. And she was doing that when Lauren was doing that. Lauren's finished, but Anita and I are still stitching dragons on pancakes. But yeah, she's got so many gorgeous full coverages. She does mirrors. Yeah, she's amazing. And yeah, she told me she was, or she said she was a grandma the other day on her floss tube, and I was like, what? But she's does not look like she could be a grandma, and yeah, it was awesome. Like, I was just like, oh, hopefully I look that young when I become a grandma. Let's see. I tell my kids, like, don't be in a hurry. Don't get married if you don't feel like you should. So, let's see. Oh my goodness. And Maxine is back. Nightmare Before Stitchmas. She's back. I missed her. She was gone for, I think, 5 or 6 months. Yeah, I was just kind of like, what happened, you know? But people have lives, you know. But yeah, I'm so glad she made a new one yesterday. And you know, she has a lot. If you don't know who she is, I imagine most of you do. But she has 1,000 subscribers, but she should have more because her stitching is awesome. I love her taste. She stitches mostly Halloween, and she has very unique taste. Like she matches her fabrics up like really kind of in ways that maybe like I wouldn't think to match them up. But once you see like how they look, the colors and the pattern with the fabric she chooses, it looks dynamite. It's awesome. So I love that. I love when someone can surprise me with something like pretty different, something that like I wouldn't think of. And then it kind of like, I love how it can kind of change my perspective on like what's possible. So Maxine, definitely check her out. And then Lucky Chance Stitcher Amanda. She has mentioned me before, and I don't remember if she's mentioned me on her Flosstube, but for sure on Instagram. And it sent so many new people, subscribers, viewers, you guys, my way. And that was a great shot in the arm to get to know more of you and more of you that are into the same things that we are. And Amanda is an amazing stitcher, and just, you know, it's like, I feel like when you listen to Amanda about her stitching, it's like in her blood, like in her very being. Like she may like losing her stitchy bug maybe once in a while, but it's always going to come back, and she's always going to make some, you know, big, huge, amazing thing. And but yeah, so she does like a lot of dimensions, I believe, a lot of mirrors. She loves Rolanda, hand-dyed by Rolanda, like I do. And I'm sure she was buying hand-dyed by Rolanda long before I was. I, you know, just found out about Rolanda like maybe 3 years ago or something. But yeah, so yeah, and then she also loves like the French designers, like Veronique and Ginger, and you know, that's awesome to see that. You know, because not a lot of Flosstubers that I watch actually stitch Veronique and Ginger, so or French, and it's a little bit of a different style, and I love to see different things. So yeah, so I'm sure most people do know about Amanda, but you know, if you don't, definitely go check her out, subscribe. And then Giddy Stitcher, the Giddy Stitcher, Michelle, she shouted me out a couple episodes ago, I believe, and I wanted to thank her for that. If I haven't already, I know I did privately and probably in her comments on YouTube, but she did the most amazing episode about like autism and mental health. And the title is called YouTube, Autism and Mental Health. And it really truly was a gift. It was a gift of an episode for you know, those in the neurodivergent you know, category, or living that life. You know, there's, you know, basically things that you know, I'm familiar with, either with, you know, maybe things that I experienced, but like also, you know, people that I'm, you know, related to and that I've seen them go through. And so it was just like really pretty wonderful to have someone who's, you know, she's got a reach, you know, to get kind of influence people, get through to people about some things, and just having her opening up that conversation was really important. And you know, there's a certain amount of vulnerability that goes with that as well, that takes a lot of courage. And so I really recommend that you go watch that. So the Giddy Stitcher, Michelle, it's recently, you know, that is her most recent episode to date. So and then for you know, there's people that, you know, I regularly mention, and they regularly mention me on their Flosstubes. So I don't always think to like thank them, and you know, I think I should, but I don't, I guess like, you know, I don't want it to, I think like Stitchy Cat Lady, Joe, and Morty have kind of made the jokes of like the Mutual Appreciation Society, like we're always mentioning the same people. Like, when does the cycle stop? But, you know, Jordan, Tattooed Stitcher, she mentions me, you know, she's mentioned me on the last few videos, her Flosstube episodes, and, you know, appreciate that very much. Mary, Magnolia Stitcher, she's mentioned me, I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And, you know, Mary, huge Soda Stitch fan as well. So that's awesome. And she's going to participate in the My First Soda Sal. And let's see, for sure, Mary Daydream Stitcher, she does mention me, and I appreciate that. So, you know, just, and if I haven't mentioned you, you know, that doesn't mean I don't notice, but I do appreciate, you know, every mention. And you know, when people tag me, like sometimes I do not see it. Oftentimes it seems like I'm not seeing it on YouTube for whatever reason. Like notifications aren't coming through. I've mentioned this before. Oh, no, I remember. It was sorry, I like put a band-aid on my finger. It was, oh my goodness, La La D Stitches, Laura. She mentioned that she is going to, is it participate in our first Soda Stitch Sal? I think it is. Maybe she was considering it. That's what it was. So she's, yeah, super into stitching, very friendly, very fun. I've been a subscriber for a really long time, but I just watched for the first time her last episode, and I didn't even know she had tagged me. I just had this feeling like, just make sure you watch this one. So then I watched it, and I'm like, oh, she mentioned me, and our Sal. So that was awesome. So I appreciated that. So thank you very much, Laura. Hope you do participate, and yeah. So yeah, but yeah, Laura, she has a big variety of tastes. And oh my goodness, the hand dyeing that she pulled off, that she did on several fabrics on this last episode that she published. Oh my goodness, like one of them was like, looked like a pirate map. Amazing. Like that's what I would like to stitch my Treasure Island Sal on. But so that's the one I would like to stitch my Treasure Island on, but I can't ask for that. Maybe some hinting. I'm just kidding, but I would pay. Yeah, so she did so great. Go check that episode out if you haven't yet. I believe she has quite a few subscribers, so probably you have. Okay, I have said like 200 times. I'm very sorry about that. So I will catch you guys later. Couple weeks for sure before we start My First Soda Sal. And thank you so much for stopping by, for visiting with me. And I hope that I was not too scattered, discombobulated. Hopefully you followed along, and you know, have a great day. Enjoy your stitching, and